This is a 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser with this beautiful rig, all nice and fixed up with a lift, some all-terrain wheels and tires. You know what it doesn't have? A front camera to protect its investments. Now today we are showcasing our BeatSonic CS15 front camera interface. It's all plug and play, very easy to install. Today we're going to be pairing it with our BCam 13 universal front camera. So let's just stop talking and get it installed.
So what we did so far, we adjusted the bracket a little bit so it could fit right in here. Because in normal conditions, it won't fit without that adjustment. Dead center right there, we just gotta drill a hole. We got authorization from the customer, we let them know. See that? That's the game plan. There's an opening here that I could fish it out with. I just need to get the little grabby tool. And there you go. So we'll go under here like that. Okay, we'll go underneath again, just because it's cleaner that way. Maybe we'll give it about that kind of slack right there. And then we'll make the first zip tie to this wire loom right here, right on the right side of the window washer fluid. If you see those 3 little tails sticking out, that's the 3 zip ties I used just to get the visible parts a little bit clean. And then we'll follow this trail over here. He already has some zip ties over here, so we'll just go underneath. Now, you take this, and I'm gonna go behind the ECUs up here, and this go behind all of that. All right, so we'll go under all of this. Seems like he utilizes zip ties and routing, the same concept that we like to do it, so we'll just follow where his go. Ours will kind of come out and stick right here. We'll go ahead and place it right there. So that is the grommet that we're gonna be going through. You get the thin side, but first and foremost, if you're unsure, look at that, this connects right in here, so you know you have to route this side straight through. Now we'll go ahead and start pushing all these through. Grab this and route it behind. Then I'll leave this part right here while I pull out that part over there. Can you rip electric tape with your hands? Every video, this will be like the thing for front cameras. So. Now we'll snip that, and then we'll place this underneath right here. Look at that, you can't even see it. All right, let's put this part back up on because we won't need any of the other stuff. Now, because we modified that tape, we do have to cut. We've trimmed it kind of to how we trimmed that. And so let's stick it on. This little line should give me like a good mark, because I feel like even if you're cutting it, cut and the back won't be fully straight, but this line right here, that crease, will give us the straight mark, right? Look at that.
Sweet. Inside the car, first thing we're gonna do is pop this down, and there's gonna be a little clip here. See this little tiny pin? Let's move that off to the side and pull this straight up. Very, very easy. Next, we're gonna go ahead and remove these 2 pieces here. So I'll start off with the passenger side. And next, we'll go ahead and pop this whole panel piece here up. Since this customer has an aftermarket cover here, it's just being held in by tape. Unfortunately, we will need to remove it. But we'll put some new ones on for the customer. That way, it looks like we never removed it at all. But we did notify him, of course. So go ahead and grab a plastic panel removal tool. We're gonna go ahead and be removing this piece here. It's all being held in by clips, okay? A few connectors down here. Let's go ahead and push the release tabs and take them off. And from here, just go ahead and pull on this straight towards you, and 2 connectors back here. From here, next to your start stop button, we're just gonna go ahead and pull this straight down. And I'm not gonna take the whole thing down. We only need to remove this one Phillips screw head here. Next, let's hop over to the passenger side. This is the big old panel here that we are removing. Note that the customer does have some aftermarket ambient lighting here that he did wedge in, so this is probably gonna come out when I do remove this. And we're just gonna go ahead and pull this straight towards us, okay? And I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see this, but there is a white clip right here, and you'll need to use a specific tool to go ahead and push that tool up. You can pretty much use the clip, it's like a clip removal tool, put it on screen right now, or you can use one of these, a different panel removal tool with like some hooks. This should also work as well. As long as it has like an indent for something to go in. Now that that clip is out, continue working my way all the way around. And then behind here, 1 connector here for the emergency light to remove. And 1 bottom connector here for climate controls, I think. And then there should be an additional kind of clip right over there. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this clip down, which releases it, and then you can just pull it up. So here's the clip I was referring to. So this clip actually goes inside this hole here. When you try and pull this whole panel out, it's kind of getting stuck here. What I did was use the panel removal tool and just push it up, so that way it releases here. And then once it's all the way up here, that way you can go ahead and pull out the whole panel. So it's all the way at the bottom, it's getting stuck, and then I just push and pull this all the way up top here. And again, this customer does have some aftermarket parts in here, so you guys don't have this aftermarket wire hanging here, okay? You will need to remove this panel here. All I'm going to do is kind of just pull this down, just pull it straight towards you, okay? It's all being held in by clips. All right, so after we remove that, let's go ahead and work work up top here, and we'll need to remove this panel here. So grab a thin plastic panel removal tool, and just be careful when you're working up top here. Your dash is pretty susceptible to dents, okay? And from here, up top, you will see 4 10mm that we will be removing. And after you remove those, the radio is being held in by these clips here with the panel right on top of it. So I just push this out first, and then now we have the radio out. Okay, so here is our plug and play wiring harness. There's gonna be 2 connectors. It's gonna be one A and one B. And the 2 connectors we are going to be working with, this one here and this one here behind the radio. So underneath this little tab here is actually a lever. I'm just holding that down to go ahead and remove it. And cable A goes into this connector here, and then B will work in the middle. So it's all just daisy chained together. And this will go to our camera selector module here. And this connector is actually for an additional second camera input. So if you do want a additional camera, such as maybe like a baby monitor or even one of these side mirrors, you just plug this into here. And then this provides the 12-volt power to the camera, also a ground, and of course the RCA camera input. We won't be using that today. It is optional, but not only do you get a front camera, but you also get an additional camera. So technically 2 cameras. All right, and that's pretty much completes the wiring harness section, and work with the front camera now that Eric was working on. So this is the extension harness here. This is the connector that goes to the camera extension, which is actually located underneath the steering wheel that Eric has it right now, as well as a power and ground wire. And this RCA here goes to this RCA that we have here. So it just plugs in together like so. All right, so here's the camera extension that Eric already routed through the firewall on the driver's seat here. I am going to remove this bottom panel here, and it is being held in by a Phillips screw head. And there's one more toward the center console. And then we'll remove and unhook these clips. I'm not gonna remove this clip here because we only need to get access to this for just a moment. And again, you won't have this dangling light here. This is a aftermarket part that the customer has installed. Okay. Grab this extension harness and route it behind the radio all the way down to the footwell. Here is the camera wire, okay, that was routed all the way through the firewall right there. And this will be zip tied momentarily, but just want to give you guys an idea. So routed it through the firewall here, made it all the way around. It's actually routed up through here into this pocket, straight through the center console, and right through the top center of the AC portion. And then that's where the camera's routed. Okay, so while it is up here, I'm actually going to connect it with this side, but I will need to readjust the bottom firewall area where Eric came through for the camera. So give me a moment while I clean that up. Okay, after cleaning it up, just make sure you put the screws back. Alrighty, now that Eric has kindly attached the power and ground to the camera, we're gonna go ahead and use the option harness for the secondary camera input. Connect it here into the camera switch module. So for the OEM button, it does have these 2 additional wires here. The customer won't be using them, so we're just gonna go ahead and wrap them up. And it's mainly for backlight, but it already does come with a status light instead that we will be using. So I'm just gonna go ahead and electric tape these up and clean it up. All right, so let's go ahead and start cleaning everything up now. And make sure your wires aren't tangled, okay? So the camera switch module is actually gonna go ahead and stick right on this little ledge here. It's actually the perfect spot. So we're gonna use some double-sided sticky tape to go ahead and make sure it doesn't move around. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug these 2 for now, just so it's a little bit more loose. Next, let's go ahead and work on removing the center blank button. It's actually located next to the 4-wheel drive buttons. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this out slightly. You just push this forward and the whole panel pops out like so. I'm actually gonna go ahead and remove the factory connector momentarily here, just so I can show you guys what I'm doing. So here's the panel we're gonna be working with. And to remove the blank OEM switch, there's gonna be 2 tabs here, one on this side and one on this side. Just grab a plastic panel removal tool, push these tabs inward, and it should just slide right out. And this will be our OEM camera switch. So make sure you route the wire first, okay? A lot of people forget to do that. And make sure it's always right side up. Don't do it upside down. All that's left to do, we'll go ahead and route this upwards where we have the camera selector module located. Through the middle here. Now we have the button routed. Let's go ahead and mount the CS module with some double-sided sticky tape. That way it just won't move or rattle around. Plug in our camera switch, and then with this bundle of wire, we will zip tie it, clean it all up, and tuck her away. I'm going to plug back in the 2 connectors that I unplugged. Always double check your connections, okay? And then we will carefully maneuver this, and the cover right back on top. And then we will screw in our 4 10mm bolts. Let's go ahead and clip back in the button and the factory connector we removed. Now we reverse order everything we just did and put everything back. And remember, with this big old panel piece here, Remember that this white clip here, put it to the top piece first here. Put back the factory connectors. Screw back in the 10mm right behind the start button, and then we'll clip these back in. The next piece we're working with is the emergency parking brake. Don't forget the 2 connectors back here. Next, we're grabbing the Prindle, and always put in the lever first, and then you can connect your connectors. And then line up all the clip holes, give her a good firm push, slide this down, and it just clips in like that. Push this up. Then we will put back these panels, and then don't forget this piece, then the passenger side. And that's it. That completes the installation. Let's go ahead and double check one more time. Everything is working, that you don't have any codes. If you have a code, double check all your factory connections, okay? Alrighty guys, now that everything is ready, let's go ahead and turn on the vehicle once again. And by default, only the front camera will show, okay? So if I push it once, it'll display the beautiful front camera we have just installed, and if I push it again, it will turn back to factory. And another function our camera actually has is a speed sensor fully built in, okay? So to go ahead and enable that, refer to the instructions manual again. It's gonna be in mode B, front camera auto turn on, and it's gonna automatically turn on the front camera if it detects the vehicle is moving less than 10 miles an hour. So to go ahead and turn it on, I'm gonna go ahead and hold the selector button, put the vehicle into ignition while I'm holding it down, and it's gonna go from off to blinking red, and then to blinking green. And once it's in blinking green, I will let go. And if it's only blinking once, it is disabled, which it is. And if I push it again, it will blink twice, which means it's now enabled. So if I push and hold to exit, it will save our setting. Let's go ahead and turn on the vehicle and give you guys a demo of that. Let's go ahead and back her on up. If I put it into drive, I'm just gonna let off the brake. It will display the front camera automatically without me even pressing the button. How sweet is that, guys? Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And it will display the front camera until you put it into park. And just like that, as you're viewing me, now the Toyota Land Cruiser has its own front camera. Very easy to install. And if you guys have any questions or need help with the installation process, feel free to leave a comment down below or send us an email, info@beatsonicusa.com. And what do you guys think of this rig? I think it's got some very beautiful wheels, a Motorista body kit all around, and let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. See you guys in the next video.